So I think I'm getting laid off today.
You're seeing the layoffs,
Yeah.
but they don't report them.
Hey folks, so I will be getting laid off in exactly 10 minutes.
What's up, financial hacks? So in today's video, we're going to be going over more layoffs, and this time on more of a corporate scale. Usually I've kind of been focusing on a lot of tech layoffs, and again, it's crazy right now in the tech market. It seems like it's going to get better next month, and then the next month happens and this is more layoffs from different companies. But this has been going on with dang near every freaking field. And yeah, we're kind of just showing that side of things. So let's go ahead and start the first video out, and I'll kind of just give my impressions on everything. And I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts too in the comments. I know again I'm getting a lot of tech people talking about the layoffs and stuff from their perspective, but I wonder what all of the other fields are currently feeling right now. And yeah, kind of just seeing people's first impressions about getting laid off, and maybe some tips too to help you out when you get laid off. Let's go ahead and play the first one.
When I first got laid off, many of my friends and family were like, oh, take the time, embrace it, don't stress yourself out, just focus on getting a job. You don't need to get a side hustle. You don't need to find a job to do in the meantime, which I really appreciate that sentiment. I really do. Even my husband was like, you get to just be a little stay-at-home wife for a minute. To my stay-at-home wives out there, not my stay-at-home moms, you guys are busy, you guys have jobs. To my stay-at-home wives, what do you do? It has been 1 week. 1 week of being a stay-at-home wife where I apply to jobs and I work out and I go on walks. I am bored out of my skull. The other thing to note is, sure, I could be doing a million things, but many of those things cost money, which I am not currently making and therefore cannot do. What do you do? What do you do?
Okay, so this first video, again, I haven't seen these videos, but this is an interesting take on being able to stay at the house. It's funny too, because I've been you definitely see two perspectives. I've been watching a lot of these different videos when people get laid off and they start traveling, they start doing all this stuff. So I'm guessing they actually have a whole lot of money saved up, or I guess a good amount saved up, maybe get a severance package when they got laid off. Looks like she doesn't have a lot of money, just to save up, just to be able to spend and go on traveling, nor did she get a severance package. So this is a different side. Now, she said she was kind of bored. She didn't know what to do with her free time, which is crazy. I mean, for me, I feel like that's a perfect time for me to grind on some YouTube videos if I really wanted to. I can go on the game. I can finish out I got to finish out that Star Wars game. I got to finish out. It's a couple other games I got to finish out. I know the new Warhammer just came out. But yeah, for me, if I didn't have work and I didn't have to worry about paying no bills or anything, I feel like, man, that would be all this stuff I can just knock out, dang near for free. Maybe pay $60 for a new game and I can really knock that out. I catch up on a whole lot of movies on Netflix or on Amazon or free sites. I feel like that's a lot you can do if you're trying to just chill for a week or two. So that's crazy that she's just bored. I haven't ever been bored in a very, 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 very long time, because I mean, if it's not something that I can play or watch, it's always some type of studying and something new I can learn. So I definitely wonder for you guys, do you guys ever get bored, and what do you do for your hobby wise, and what can you do for your hobby wise for free? Because again, she can learn maybe something new in tech for free, or maybe she can learn something, maybe languages, or she can learn something I know for free, online. Well, I'm definitely intrigued to see your guys. But yeah, she was bored. Hopefully, if you're watching this video, you can take some of my stuff I do that can help out. But again, I guess you're working on TikTok. So, hey, that's something you can also do. Video editing is something big. And if you got all this free time right now, making this video and making other videos could be something that you can do that should be able to take up a lot of time, because there's a lot of different things you can learn with editing. And there's a lot of free editing software out here now that you can do pretty well in. Same with finding a thumbnail generator or creator. There's a lot of free ones out here too that you can definitely use. So yeah, hopefully right now, if you've seen this video, hopefully you can use this time maybe to, since you don't have money to I guess turn up or anything like that, you can I guess you don't feel like watching any type of movies or you don't play a game or anything like that. You could use this time to maybe learn a new hobby that you can learn online, watching YouTube videos or video editing or something along those lines. That's kind of what I'm suggesting. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. What else do you guys do during your free time if you had a full week, 2 or a month, where you didn't have to worry about bills either? I'm definitely intrigued to hear your thoughts on that. Let's go ahead and play the second one. Hear this girl's perspective on getting laid off. And let me share the screen with you guys too. This is a longer one, round so we're going to play just 2 minutes of this.
Spilling the tea on firsthand accounts of everything that I've heard from all of you in my inbox. So let's get into it. All right. So Internal news, Sony UK has also started badge tracking, and then work from home requests have been denied. And currently they're 3 days a week back in the office. They tried moving everyone to another office in the UK, but everybody basically revolted. So there will be layoffs or quiet layoffs in 2025. That's Sony UK. All right, next up is a layoff announcement that was made public, but everything started on September 18th. This person was unfortunately impacted, but MasterCard is laying off about 3% of its staff. It's about 1,000 people as part of its reorg. You guys know, code for layoffs, reorg, and optimization, operational efficiency. All right, more tea on Amazon. Guys, I can't get enough of this Amazon tea. All right, so this person is telling me that Amazon subsidiaries, so Whole Foods and a few others, and the Twitch stuff that I reported about is true, is that they have been an exception for some reason. But the subsidiaries, which are Whole Foods, this person said it's a shit show. And that the announcement today frustrated and upset most of the team members. No one here is naive about being under Amazon, but as I've noted, they're already being tracked. So they switched over to their laptops and networks for seamless working to access their systems. So, this person is saying it's worth noting that they've never used an Amazon system and don't want to work with them anyway.
Okay, this one's pretty good. And this, I think, is a good video that kind of shows like all the different fields being affected by, the layoffs that we're getting like every single month. Sony, I haven't heard about Sony, but I have heard about other, like, I guess, music companies and stuff like losing people, like, like laying off people. I have been hearing about that lately, which is funny timing, considering the whole Diddy situation. I think that's funny that we got a whole lot of other people actually getting laid off because after he got, I guess, arrested or whatnot, I want to say there was like several big people in these companies or like music companies or whatnot resigning or something along those lines. And now you're getting a whole bunch of more layoffs at these companies, which is crazy. Amazon, I did hear about Amazon. I want to say they were kind of going viral on, I want to say Twitter about a week or two ago. And it was regarding them, I guess, forcing everybody to come back to the office. And I want to say they were also laying off people. And if you didn't want to go back to the office, they would also lay you off. So I was hearing about that a little bit. Whole Foods, I guess he said that's a subsidiary of Whole Foods. So that's interesting that they're also losing, stuff there or getting layoffs there. UKG, I'm assuming that's a music company. It looks like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm seeing a whole lot of music companies. AT&T. I haven't really heard too much about AT&T. I guess laying off people, but it's interesting. IBM, Philips, Lululemon, Flagstar. Now Flagstar, okay, that's interesting. I use Flagstar towards my mortgage. It's through Flagstar. Now I did get a email regarding the Flagstar credit card. Apparently, they're switching over to Venmo or FNBO. So that's interesting that I'm seeing that on there. So it looks like, at least right now, they're keeping the mortgages, but it looks like they're putting all their credit cards to Finbo or FNBO. So that's interesting. So, that kind of like, I guess, an exclusive if you guys aren't with Flagstar, or maybe you are, but you don't check your emails. Definitely be, I guess, watchful for that. Because right now they switch over the credit cards, but I'm pretty sure they're going to start switching out other loans. And I'm pretty sure mortgages are going to be on there. So you guys may actually be having another mortgage company soon, possibly. I don't know how bad it is at Flagstar, but I do know the credit cards change, and that's with Finbo. Pratt and Whitney, I haven't heard about that. And MasterCard, I'm intrigued on MasterCard too. I guess they're doing, like you said, a reorganization. So maybe they're just trying to find more ways to make money. But I haven't really seen people not using credit cards now. I feel like there's even more people using credit cards now because everything, again, is so freaking high. People have to rely on their credit card to get by from month to month. So I'm surprised that they're doing this. But maybe, again, it could be just the reorganization, aka they're trying to make more money, especially for the holidays coming up. Let's go ahead and play this next video here. And yeah, this is like with the music or music layout. So let's see what he's talking about here real quick.
The hallways like a breaking news. More blood spilt at Atlantic. 50 artists dropped from the label today, according to Ray Daniels. Not to mention Hits Magazine reporting that Julie Greenwald is running around the hallways like a chicken with her head cut off, spilling blood everywhere and putting everybody on the spot. But look, I don't know what's going on. The only thing that I know is it's much worse than earlier reported, because they're even hitting up Nigerian billionaire, I forgot his name, Ogunlisi, I think his name was, Ogunlisi. I hope I'm saying that right, but they've even been trying to get him to invest in the record business right now. I mean, streaming is flat. It's not growing. There's no catalog. There's no money coming in, and you're making these massive cuts. I mean, why would you invest in Atlantic Records right now? It's obvious they can't manage a company. You know what I mean? Look, I mean, and there's talks of Ed Sheeran and Bruno Mars and them needing the money from the billionaires so that they can stabilize and sign these artists so they have records coming out. I mean, look, the smarter thing would for Ed Sheeran and Bruno Mars would to be go independent and find an outside investor. And by the way, if you guys do, I know just the person to go to. But anyways, yeah. And apparently Julie and Leor were going at it at one point. I didn't even know this. Apparently Leor stabbed Julie in the back when he was going for Max's job when Max was on the way out. I mean, this is Days of Our Lives type stuff. I mean, it's all coming in fragmented. I'll sift through it and let you know when I know more.
Okay. So yeah, that's kind of just showing like the music side. So, we get a plethora of different fields being affected, and even music is having a lot of layoffs. Now, I know this isn't related to Diddy, but I just thought this is crazy time as well. It's like as soon as he gets out, massive layoffs on all these different companies. But yeah, I thought he was joking at first too when he was talking about the Nigerian. I thought he was trying to like make a joke, but then he actually was trying to say the guy's name. I thought he was gonna, I thought he was gonna make the joke about like the Nigerian like millionaire scammer, like that you see through emails, like they're losing so many people that they are now replying to like scam emails or something along those lines. But yeah, it is crazy. It's crazy. Like every field is getting affected by this. And for music, it makes sense because again, like I know like they're doing the 360 deals with a lot of their artists and different things to find out different ways to make money. So nowadays people aren't really buying CDs, usually getting streaming. And I'm not exactly sure how big the concerts are right at this time, because I know after COVID, they really shut things down a lot. And I think that affected a lot of people with kind of still wanting to go out, to these events. So I'm pretty sure that's kind of down. And again, they're not making that much money through the sales because again, everybody's just streaming stuff. And you get pennies. I think the artists get pennies, and maybe the producers or maybe the company maybe gets dollars, but the streaming platforms are the biggest ones that are making the bank, like Spotify, YouTube Music, and the other ones, Apple. But yeah, every dang near field is being affected right now. So yeah, even though again I've been talking about a lot of tech lately on the channel, you guys may have felt like you were forgotten about, but no, you're not forgotten about. A lot of these freaking companies, a lot of these different fields are getting affected right now. And again, it's like election time too, or dang near. So I'm definitely intrigued to see how that's going to end up going like the rest of this year too on that. And let's go ahead and put a last one right here, and let's see what she's talking about.
I got laid off from my corporate job that I've had for the last 2 years, and I've had a few days to process it now, so let's talk about it. So I worked as a recruiter, and I was one of many people that got laid off. And it was sad because I really did like my job. Like I loved my team. I liked what I did day to day. So now I'm kind of in this limbo of what do I do next? I mean, most people naturally, they get laid off and they immediately start looking for new jobs. And that's what people keep asking me. Like, are you interviewing yet? Do you need like connections? Do you want resume help? Like all that stuff. But hot, kind of controversial take is I am just going to take some time off. And I know that sounds crazy, but I am 24 years old. I've been saving for literally my whole life. So I'm prepared for this. And I make extra income on the side through TikTok. So it's not like I'm just sitting around doing nothing. And honestly, like, it sounds really selfish, but like if I have the means to, why not? Like, why not just chill for a few months and see where it takes me? I think Gen Z has really realized that like working a corporate job that you're not passionate about for the rest of your life is just really, really depressing. I feel like I kind of had this opportunity given to me. So I'm just going to see where it goes, like take some time to figure out my life. Like, what do I want to do? Like follow some passions. I don't know. I literally have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to figure it out. Point is, right now I'm young. I don't have kids, a house, a mortgage. I don't really have anything depending on me. So right now is probably the best and only time I'll have to do this.
Okay, okay. There's a lot to unpack on that one, but first off, I will say not congrats on getting laid off, but congrats on having money saved up so that you can, take some time off. I will give you that. That's great. She says she doesn't like that, like she doesn't have one source of income, so that's great right there. She's making money from TikTok, she said. And I'm not for sure if she said she had any other jobs or any other type of side income, but that's great. So you're not going from like making $3,000-$4,000 a month to making zero. You still may be making maybe 1,000, 2,000, maybe still on top of already having a savings. And she's a girl who's 24. So I mean, right now, I do agree with her. Like she can, I guess this would be a good time if she want to like take a month or two off to, I guess, chill, clear her head, and maybe find like another passion or something along those lines. I guess this is a good time. She's also a technical recruiter. Now, that's a big thing right there because I remember going over something online where they said once we'll see a whole lot of jobs start flowing again, and like it was like a 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. And like the third step was, or maybe 5 steps total, but like the second or third step was once you start seeing, like you'll start seeing a uptick or a plethora of new tech or technical recruiters or just recruiter jobs. Like they'll be pushing getting a whole lot of recruiters. So a whole lot of recruiters are going to start getting jobs. And then the step after a whole lot of recruiters getting jobs is going to then be more people getting jobs because the company is going to have, maybe an influx of money or whatnot. They're like, okay, let's go ahead and start hiring people. So they're going to start getting a whole lot of recruiters. A whole lot of recruiters are going to start getting jobs. And then once the recruiters start getting jobs, then they're going to have these recruiters out. And then also the company itself going out and getting more people. Then once you start getting a whole lot of people, then we'll get to the step of like, oh, okay, there's too many people, and we don't need this amount of people after we looking at our reports after the whole year or two. Now let's go ahead and start laying out people. And it's kind of like a big circle. So the fact that she says she's a technical, like she's a recruiter, and that she getting laid off shows me that possibly we're not even close to getting like an influx of jobs yet because they're still laying out their recruiters. So they're still laying out the recruiters. They're probably still not going to be hiring a lot of people. So it's going to be probably a while. It's probably going to be a while, unfortunately, before we get to the step of them hiring, plethora of recruiters. So then they can go ahead and help get us jobs. So yeah, that was kind of right when she said she was a recruiter. I was like, shoot, it's kind of bad. The recruiters are also losing jobs. Like they're not getting, they're not getting pushed right now. So they're really not trying to hire people. So I mean, take that as you will. That's kind of just what I read on there. I don't know like the validity of this yet. I guess we will see how time go by, and then I can make mental notes so that when this happens again, I can give you guys even better projections or better predictions. But I want to hear you guys' thoughts too on that. Do you think because of the recruiters are getting less jobs and they're getting fired, do you think we're people who are out here in the workforce, if we wanted to look for a new job or whatever, do you think we would have a higher chance now, or would be even lesser now since again they're letting go of the recruiters who help out getting the people? So yeah. That's a whole nother thing right there. Now, another thing she talked about too was I think what Gen Z finding out that working a corporate job is going to be depressing or something. I mean, that's just life in general. Like I don't have no sympathy for that because I mean, generation before us and generation before us, that was the thing, to get a job and start grinding. So like to just think that you're just going to be, like I just like the world going to just magically change and you're going to just everybody's going to be, influencer. It's like good luck. And especially nowadays, a lot of people, I know so many people who started YouTube channels or started Instagrams, Twitter, or whatever. And like they say they're going to do all this, but they don't have any type of consistency. They don't have any type of work ethic. And after a month or two, they're not getting as many followers or views as that they think they should get. And then they just like forget about it. Like they just give up or they just start doing it maybe once every blue moon. There's like no consistency on that. And yeah, you're going to fail on that. And I'm just going to be straight up with you. You're going to fail if you have that mindset, especially for YouTube, but all these freaking platforms. Yeah, sure, you could luck out. Maybe some people do luck out, but it's like 1 in a million chance. Like hey, you could luck out and win the lotto. But if you win the lotto, it's super slim to begin with. Like you're more likely. I read like going over like actual statistics, you're more likely to get to you're more likely for a vending machine to fall over you than you are to win a lotto. So a vending machine is more likely to crush you than you are winning the lotto. I think another one was you're more likely to get bit by a shark than you are to win the lotto, which is crazy considering if you live like right in the middle of nowhere, you're not even nowhere close to water and you never are by water, you're still more likely to get freaking killed by or get bit by a shark than you are again winning the lotto. So same with, becoming a, I guess, influencer, and they could be your whole life forever. It's very slim. You really got to put in the time and the effort for like 99% of the people. You may look at somebody and be like, oh, they did it one way, but the likelihood of you doing that is going to be slim. So having the notion of, hey, I may not make money this month, or I may not make money this year or whatnot, or I may not make as much money this month or this year, but I'm going to keep at it. I think that's a better approach, especially if you have like a secondary income, like a main job or whatever, and you're doing that on the side. That's great timing. Now, if you're in school, like if you're in high school, college, now that is also a good time, because I guess your college or your school, that will be your main job. So if you get back home from work, get back home from school, and then you're grinding on, social media, that's good. That is good. I started my gaming channel like that initially. Well, somewhat initially. Like I started it right when I was about to leave college. I think I want to say I had another gaming channel or something while I was still in college a little bit, but the main one, my Indigo Gaming one, had that right when I was leaving college, where I still had I was in between like classes and also graduation. So I had like a good amount of time. So I just poured all my money. I remember my grandpa gave him like some saving bonds or something along those lines. And I ended up cashing those and putting all the other money I had. And I ended up getting a Xbox 360. I want to say it was like a 360S. I think that was the name of it, because I don't know what was going on with my other Xbox. It wasn't working. I think like a new controller and something else I ended up buying too. And then I ended up just like a whole recording thing, so I can start recording videos, a mic, all that. I spent all my money on that. And with that investment, I just started grinding on the gaming side of things. But I knew it was going to be a journey, and it really is a journey. It really is a journey. It's just, staying consistent. That's the big thing. Mr. Beast, he's obviously one of the biggest people out here, if not the biggest YouTube channel out here. And he talks about this a lot, consistently grinding, consistently working. So yeah, if you think you just magically do something on YouTube, good luck. But even the biggest people, he talks about a lot too. He didn't gain 1,000 subscribers to over 100 videos or something along those lines. Like, it takes time, it takes effort. So yeah, if you're Gen Z watching this video right now, stay consistent. If you're in school, now that's a perfect time, because you can really stay consistent and not really have to worry about the bills like that. And if you're older, if you're not Gen Z, if you're like, late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, you can still do YouTube too. I know we were talking about getting laid off, but if you're laid off, or if you're thinking you may be getting laid off, or just to help you out, like get like a secondary income before you get laid off, YouTube can be something you can do with social media. But remember, you just have to stay consistent as well. You probably also dealing with having like a wife or a husband or kids and other stuff. But if you can dedicate maybe like an hour every other day, 30 minutes a day, doing something consistently daily, you can still have something pop. Now, it may take you maybe a bit longer, or it may seem like it's taking you a bit longer. But again, the thing is just being consistent. And hey, if you mess up, it's okay, because I've messed up plenty of times on some of these channels. And the best thing to do is just to come back and keep it rolling. But anyway, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.